Hi everyone, John deBary here, Food 52's resident drinks expert and Fifth Element extra. I am here today to show you all how to make El Diablo Party, which is a riff on the classic El Diablo cocktail. I have a recipe for it in my book, but today we've been getting a lot of questions about people wanting to be able to make large format drinks. It makes a lot of sense for like summer, it's almost here. Most drinks that contain citrus, that have something sparkling, are really good candidates for scaling up. Also drinks that are a little lower in alcohol because people tend to drink more when there's like more stuff out in front of them. And now that it's getting warm out and you're maybe having friends over, this is a perfect summertime drink. So let's get started. Those of you who have been faithfully watching since last summer, thank you very much. And I think you all should all know that I have been diligently reading your YouTube comments and I love responding to them. I love the questions. Dat Finch, my best friend Dat Finch, asked about how to store ginger syrup, and the best way to do it is in the freezer if you want to store long term, or in the refrigerator. Have a really nice thawed out portion of ginger syrup that we can use for this cocktail. It keeps really well, it freezes really well, there's so much sugar in it. It's like toxic to anything, so it'll last like the apocalypse. So unlike ginger syrup, which keeps forever, lime juice really only has like about 24 to 36 hours of good shelf life. So you want to juice fresh whenever you can. And for this recipe, we're doing about 6 ounces, which is kind of a lot. So just gotta roll up your sleeves and get juicing. And you always want to strain your juice because there's pulp and other stuff. And this is my favorite setup, where you use a spoon to keep everything in place. I guessed the amount of limes exactly correctly. I needed 6 ounces, and I have 6 ounces right here. The bubbly ingredients that we need for this are seltzer. I like to use a can of seltzer and sparkling wine. This is a Creme de Bourgogne, which means that it is made in the same style as champagne. It's just not legally in the same region as champagne. So really good deals here and great for mixing delicious stuff. For our spirits, we're going to need Creme De Cassis. Creme De Cassis is a favorite of mine. It's made from cassis berries and flowers in France, and it's a wonderful ingredient in cocktails. Actually, it's really good on its own or with like a little splash of soda, so definitely always good to have that in your home bar. And then a Reposado Tequila, which we haven't really talked about like tequila all that much on this channel, on this series. So gonna give you a little tour of the category and how to read a label and how to find the good stuff versus the stuff that I think a lot of people think tequila is, which is very sad. So when you're buying tequila, there's 3 main kinds of tequila. There's a Blanco, Reposado, and Añejo. A Blanco is like this, it's really clear. It's like gin or vodka. A Reposado is, I'm actually holding a very light Reposado in my hand, which is kind of darker, aged in barrels. And Añejo, which I don't have a bottle of right now actually, is even more aged in barrels. There's like technical classifications, but that's a summary. There's a few things on the label you want to see in order to know you're getting like the real stuff. You want to say the 100% agave is crucial. Hecho in Mexico also is very important to see. And then you'll always find a NOM number. It's not like the 2006 internet joke, NOM. It's like it's a Mexican agency that certifies places of origin. And so every good tequila has a NOM number on it, and it also has a CRT, and CRT is like a tequila affinity organization. So you'll know something is good if there's a NOM number on it, CRT, 100% agave, and Hecho in Mexico. Let's do this. So once you've gathered all your ingredients, it's a pretty simple matter of just pouring everything in the pitcher. It's usually a better practice to start with the bubbly ingredients first and then pour the ingredients into the bubbles rather than pouring bubbles on top. For me, I start with 8 ounces of seltzer. I like to use like a bubbly, intense seltzer, but you can use like a sparkling mineral water if you want. You can do a soda stream kind of self DIY soda. It's all good, it doesn't matter. Really, when you're using this much other stuff. You could make this drink with like sparkling wine exclusively, but I like to cut it with the sparkling water just to create a little bit of lightness, especially like I said before, if you're making a drink for a party. Cutting the alcohol is a nice thing for your guests because you're preventing them from having a bad time. Doing another 8 ounces of sparkling wine. You might need to give it a second for it to unfizz. And while we're waiting for that, some people were very confused. My video for January where I opened a bottle of sparkling wine, it didn't make a pop. You know, the pop is fun, I get it, but if you want to preserve the bubbles and you want to be like discreet about it, then doing what I just did where you hold it and pull is a much like pro move. Also, this drink's pretty forgiving if you don't measure exactly. The cocktail police will not come find you. And next we're gonna do the ginger syrup, 6 ounces. 6 ounces of lime juice. 6 ounces of Creme De Cassis. 12 ounces of Reposado Tequila. You can use any tequila, really, like Reposado Añejo if you want, Blanco. I just find that the Reposado for me, overall in cocktails, is like the most versatile of the 3 main categories of tequila. Here it's nice, it holds up to the ginger and the cassis really nicely. So that's our mix. Give it a stir. If you don't have a supervillain bar tool, that's okay, you can use it. You can use anything. And then I like to put in maybe like 4 cups of ice. Just any old ice will do. Give it a stir. Another tip you can do actually, let's say you're planning for a party and it's like you're making this in the morning, batch everything except for the bubbly ingredients, put it in the refrigerator so everything is cold, and at the last second, pull everything together. To make the drink itself, we give ourselves a candied ginger and a lime wheel on a pick. If you want to give it a garnish, you don't have to, it's pretty optional, but it looks nice. There we have it, El Diablo. Cheers. Thanks as always for joining me. Be sure to subscribe to this channel if you aren't already. Leave a like, tell your friends, leave a comment. I love reading your comments. Maybe you'll show up in an upcoming video if you're nice. I'd love to talk to you. So see you next month. Bye.